So we're taking a break from the Diddy stuff because yet another person is out here wowing, and that is Sherron Moore, who apparently was also the first black coach for the Michigan team. I haven't really looked too much into him. I don't really know what is going on. I just heard that he got arrested because he broke into somebody's house and he did some other stuff. Like, I be living under a rock, guys. Like, when I be saying I really don't know what's going on, I really don't be joking. So, but I'm all about accountability and holding people accountable, especially when it comes to like devious stuff like this. So, let's watch this lady explain the story.
Michigan head football coach went from this to this in one day. Let me tell you what happened. Sherron Moore has been a part of the University of Michigan football family for a minute. He helped lead them to a national championship, and when head coach Jim Harbaugh left to go coach in the NFL for the Chargers, he took over his spot. So yesterday, the news breaks that Sherron Moore is fired from being the head coach of Michigan for cause, which means that they don't have to pay him. He signed a 5-year deal with Michigan in 2024 and made over $6 million this year.
Wow.
So that's a big bag he fumbled yesterday.
Sure is.
The reason for his firing, he was sleeping with his co-worker. And to make matters worse, sorry, let me give you
Yeah, give us the
text.
tea, girl.
He was having an inappropriate relationship with a Michigan staffer. To make matters even worse, allegedly this staff member was his executive assistant who had a 55% increase
Oh,
in her
wow.
salary over the course of 1 year. You see here, it's public information.
Wow.
From 2023 to 2024, she was making $58,000 a year. And then in 2024, 2025, this year, she was making $90,000.
As an
This man has
assistant?
been married for a decade with 3 children. Daughters, mind you, that are all under the age of 10 years old, and his last daughter was born last summer.
Yikes.
I turned on ESPN this morning. I'm not saying it's the most reliable source in the world, but I wanted to hear what their lead reporters had to say, and they said that Michigan knew about this months ago. They had HR investigate, and they couldn't find any evidence that he was sleeping with a coworker, right? Now, some damning evidence came into the fold where they had to fire him. Now, this part is alleged. I got this from the internet, but it makes sense to me. Allegedly, he impregnated his executive assistant.
Oh, wow.
Now, I don't know how true this part is, but allegedly he forced her into an abortion, and maybe that's what led him to double her salary. That's all speculation. Now, apparently, when he found out that there was a coaches-only meeting happening without him, which means he was about to get fired, he had an argument with his wife where he threatened to hurt himself.
Oh, my gosh.
Permanently. You're picking up what I'm putting down. I don't want my video to get taken down. Left his house, went to an unnamed staffer's house, wonder who that was, and put a knife to his own throat, and then went to a local church where he was found because his wife gave his location, like I assume his Find My Friends or whatever, to the authorities. People have been going through his Instagram following, and he follows a lot of questionable, baddie type of accounts. Accounts that a man who is married with 3 young daughters should not be following.
Yeah, I am, John. I'm up early today.
He cheated on his wife with. His wife is a blonde white woman, is also a blonde white woman that looks a little similar to her, to me. Now Michigan's got a huge problem on their hands because they've got to keep their really good players that are committed to come to Michigan and that are already at Michigan wanting to stay there amidst all this drama. A lot of people think the only way Michigan can save themselves is by stealing Alabama's coach, Kalen DeBoer, who's about to play in the playoffs with Alabama. And on top of that, a lot of people know that Lane Kiffin would have loved to go coach at Alabama, and he's constantly coach hopping, and he abandoned his team while they're going to play in the playoffs to go coach LSU. So, is it possible that Lane Kiffin does the funniest thing ever and abandons the team that he abandoned his last team that's playing in the playoffs currently for, before he ever even coaches a game for them, to take Moore's job because Michigan needs a really big name like Kalen DeBoer to come save their asses because this guy was allegedly sleeping with his assistant, forced her to get an abortion, and now went to jail. And now Michigan looks really bad, and they need to hold on to all of their really good recruits and players.
Yikes, 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 yikes. And I am up early today because I won't be able to do a live tomorrow. I'll try to do one on Wednesday. So John said, another life tore up overthinking with the wrong head. Exactly. Okay. Because didn't this guy like break into this woman's house? Allegedly, like he's in jail, I think, right now. I tried to find the court documents, but there's not much available right now.
I
Oh,
posted
hold
wearing
on.
a
There was
white jail suit.
I have you said, yep. I
You
had
know
some videos of this actually I wanted to share because
Okay,
I
it's out
got
there.
some
Now
men's
we know.
perspective.
I'm not even going to say the Michigan coach's name. I feel bad for some people tonight. That's the wife and the kids.
Look, you got a Michigan
This
hat
is going
on.
to leave a long effect. Doesn't even have to be a football coach, because there is tons of men and women who are, let's just say, not good spouses, not good parents. I know you know what I'm saying. It's sad. It is really sad. Okay, go at me. Ohio, whatever. Sad thing is, I'll agree with you. You ain't got much head. Throw it at me. I don't care. Okay,
I
it's
guess
not.
Ohio is like their sports team rival or something. You say, yep. Yeah, he's in jail now. That's insane. I got some clips and then, we'll just go through like other things, but I wanted to start with this one. How lust
I swear, I literally can see Netflix
it
coming
is
out with a
crazy.
documentary telling how lust is destroying men in America. Because just this past week, how many well established people, and I'm mainly focused on black men, where they
And
are
men in
well
general,
established,
but
making
yeah.
millions of dollars. And whether they did the thing or not, just them being tied to it, just them being associated with whatever they're being accused of, it's
Mm-hmm.
just complete insanity.
Sure is.
It is not fun, y'all. Like, I'm speaking to my men here. Be very careful. If you feel like you even slightly have a lust problem, you need to get away from what's feeding that lust. Whatever that's, what if it's TV shows, if it's movies, if it's your coworkers, whatever is feeding that lust, get away, run, bro.
But I feel like even though I titled the video like how lust ruined his life, because that's mainly what everybody's talking about is the lust of it all. But like lack of accountability, because how much lust do you have to break into somebody's house? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's past lust. Now, lust would have been, cheating on your wife and, X, Y, and Z. Like that's lust. But breaking into somebody's house, and getting arrested, that's past lust. And I feel like just calling it lust is like we're not going to hold him accountable for his actions. Right. Thank you, John. Like I feel like that's way past lust. I don't know what the proper word is, but I feel like, lust is just a blanket term, but that's like cheating. That's that. But breaking and entering, that's crazy. He's just it's Shy Town said he's just a squirrel. He's something, child. He's definitely something. John said there has to be more to it. Exactly. In your opinion. I agree. I agree. I think they're not telling us something. See, it's another man saying the spirit of lust. And you know what? I have to give men the opportunity to say because I'm not a man.
I hope
So
every
you might
man
know.
learned from this Sherron Moore situation that the spirit of lust is never satisfied. The spirit of lust is a demon. It is never satisfied. After having the ultimate crash out of the century, got a criminal record now. He lost
What
his
up,
career. He'll
OG?
never, won't even be able to coach out of middle school.
Mm.
Okay? After all of that, now you got an OnlyFans model coming out saying, yeah, he was in my DMs, and she's showing the screenshots.
What?
Trying
I
to
didn't see
offer her
that.
tickets for exchange for sexual favors. Like, bruh, right when you thought this story couldn't get any worse.
That's crazy.
When you thought it couldn't get any worse, it gets worse.
It got
It just
worse.
goes to show you, like, the spirit of lust is never satisfied, fellas. It is a demon. No matter how good your wife is, your fiance, girlfriend, no matter how good she is to you, no matter how good your wife is to you, it just goes to show his wife wasn't enough. Okay? Then he stepped outside of his wife, dealing with his assistant.
Right.
His assistant wasn't even enough. Now he's even trying to step outside of that. The spirit of lust is a demon. It is never satisfied.
See, that's the thing. Like I said, I feel like that kind of takes accountability away, but I also kind of understand what he's saying. Okay, so let me catch up. So what up, OG Kicks, welcome. My live yesterday got cut off because somebody called me, but I made sure I'm on D&D today. Okay, so Shy, or I think it's Shy Town, said the lust overrid his morality. It overrid a lot of stuff because to break into somebody's house and then like I don't know if you guys saw the last video, but he doubled his assistant's salary. Like he didn't even think to cover his tracks. He didn't even get a different account to DM this lady. Like, what is going on? At least if you're going to be a liar, at least try to cover up what you're doing. Don't be so blatantly disrespectful with it. It's just absolutely insane to me. John said, OF ruining a lot of lives. I mean, I think that society is contributing. I think that society is trying to actualize everybody. It's weird. Absolutely weird. Mohawk said, oh, it's called testosterone. Just be respectful and control it. No excuse for low morals. Right. So you're saying it's his testosterone? Like I said, y'all would know better than I would. That's for sure enough. John said, also that money hit different. Yeah. And that money and that power and like, when college coaches, when they're on campus and in their local area, I don't really know Michigan, but I feel like Michigan's not a really big area. So this school I might be wrong, but like college football coaches in their local town are like celebrities. So not only probably was it the money, but like he was low key probably a celebrity in his neighborhood and in the college circuit. So that money and that power and feeling like you're above the law and feeling like nobody can touch you, like he probably felt just like Diddy, like a celebrity. And so he felt like he couldn't do any wrong. So are you talking about, okay, Monique said Michigan is huge. Are you saying the school is huge or the area is huge? John said reckless. Yeah, Monique said this man was truly insane. Yeah, it's crazy. Chi-Town said the guy, has never been broken by a woman. He don't know how it feels to crush someone's whole world and not want to do it to another. Yeah, because he has a wife and children. Like, that's also humiliating and embarrassing to his wife. This is humiliating. And I hope his children are too young to have social media because that's humiliating. Okay, so Monique says both. So he was probably a local hero. So he probably got treated really nicely. He probably was like VIP when he went places, and he used that power, probably got to both of his heads, and he went crazy. He probably went crazy. Jay Legendary said, this is another money grab, ... period. But didn't he break into her house though, Jay Legendary? Or am I tripping? Because that's kind of like not. That's kind of not. Victor said, busted. Yeah, I'm finna go to the next video in a minute too, by the way. Mohawk said, that picture is hilarious though. Probably not making faces like that no more. Or maybe he's making a lot of faces like that now if he's in the pen, unfortunately. Y'all, can you guys get them?
I want to go ahead and clear that up, that was not me who said that. I do have a group of people working over on Twitter, as well as a assistant that no longer works for me. I think one of them ended up feeding that story to them. I have not been on that Twitter at all. So when I heard about it was over on Instagram because of New York Post, and I was like, wait, what is going on right now? I never ever said this, nor did I confirm this. The foursome part is absolutely not true.
The foursome?
But yeah, I just wanted to clear that
up.
What is happening? Because that part was crazy. He was DMing me, he was messaging me, but yeah, it wasn't because I inserted myself. I was kind of like dragged into the drama. It was always friendly conversations between us. It was never anything crazy like that. He did offer multiple times to fly. He was like, I would fly you out first class. I just really want to meet you. I would love to hug you. Just like little innocent things like that. Like nothing crazy. It was never anything sexual. For the championship game, I took myself to the championship game with my sister. Nobody took me to that game. He didn't buy the tickets. He didn't give me the tickets. But during the game, we were messaging. And then after the game, I think they were staying at the Hilton in downtown. He was like, you should come, just like a fan. And then I'll let you take pictures with the guys, and then we can like take some pictures. But yeah, that is true. He did try to get me to come over to the hotel. Yeah. I'm being called like a clout chaser and all of this. And if I really wanted to out him, I would have outed him when they were here for the championship, and he was trying to get me over to the hotel where all the players were, where he was at, and I was like, I'm not comfortable with that. So yeah, if I really wanted to out him, I would have done it. So like back when they won the championship, when everything was blowing up. I never met with him in person, although I've been to multiple of the games that he was at. I never ever met him in person. No, it didn't go any better whenever he was messaging me after getting out of jail. Like, that part was crazy. Something about the lines
This
of
is
like,
crazy, man.
I can't believe you would wait to attack me like that. I just want to say that I'm focused on God and family for now, and I wish you nothing but the best. Have a good night, or something along the line. But I was like, I did respond to him, and I was like, at no point did I attack you, or was I waiting to attack you. I was just clearing up my name because I'm being dragged through the mud just as much as you are. But yeah, he was like, I'm just focusing on God, and I'm focusing on family and to better myself. And
oh, now you're focusing on your family.
I'm happy for you. I hope it works out for you.
Now you're focusing on your family. Okay, so Metanoy. The context of this video is the alleged woman that they're saying that he flew out and tried to give her like free tickets, and she's basically saying that that's not what happened. Okay, so Jay Legendary, you think this is a money grab after the fact, when his life came crashing down. I don't know, I don't know. I feel like at some point we have to start holding people accountable. We have to start holding people accountable. We can't just keep saying it's a money grab because this is crazy. King War J said, wow, you love that lifestyle. Now it's a problem. Now you want more money. I don't know. You think it's a money grab too? I guess it really depends on, what you come from, what you think. Because I just feel like regardless if it's a money grab or not, he's wilding. He was wilding. All right, so Salad Slap said vocal fry. And like, you know what? In America, like when you exist, isn't everything a money grab? You go to work to earn money. Everything we do, unfortunately, is like money grab. So I don't know about that one. Monique said, oh, there was a morality clause in the contract. Coach should have cleared this up when the Uber driver reported him. See, this is why I got to get these articles, because I didn't know much about that. Oh, what up, L. Thomas from Boston? Where are you guys from? Let's see where you guys are from. Right, he broke into her house. Exactly. And you are saying, like, I'm tripping? Like, that's what I'm saying, Jay Legendary. You're tripping. You are tripping. Like, you're making excuses for him. That's what you're doing. And granted, this is a respectful place, so I'm not finna like wow out. You know what I'm saying? We're all entitled to our own opinions. That's the main thing. We're all entitled to our own opinions. But you are literally making excuses for this man. And he broke into her house, allegedly. Like, and you're making excuses for him. So if I'm tripping by saying whatever, I don't care if they're trying to money grab him. I don't care. If you're hurting other people, money grab all you want. Just like with Diddy. I personally don't care that people are trying to money grab him, because if what he did was true, he should be money grabbed. Period. If you're hurting people, I don't really care if people try to come after you. Like, what?
You're a married man with 3
What up,
daughters,
Detroit, Michigan?
You make $6 million per year, and you just threw that away for a side piece. If y'all haven't heard this story yet, this story is one for the books. Michigan's head coach, Sherron Moore, got fired for having an affair with a
thank you for the
staff
100s and the
This man
hearts.
just ruined his
Shout out to
entire
you.
career that he worked for, because he's been with Michigan for a few years now. And this story gets worse. After they fired him, he went home and got into an argument with his wife about the cheating allegations. It's alleged that after he argued with his wife, he left and went to his side piece house, and this man had a knife and not only threatened to kill her, threatened to kill himself as well. Bro, you just went from being on top of the world to have... You're a married
Oh,
man.
it cut his things off. It cut the video off. That wasn't me, guys. All right, so Renee is Love said the man's contract said he can't date. Oh, he can't date his coworkers, and he broke into her house. So Jay Legendary, you're defending him. Did you know all this? Jay Legendary, did you know the story? And you came in here to defend this man? Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm just calling you out because you're the only person in here defending him. That's all. All right, King Warjay said, LMAO, after he has kids, why she get away? She a side piece. I'm not saying that she should get away. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying she should get away. I have nothing to do with, like, what they got going on in their relationship. That's none of my business. For me, it's like breaking and entering. It's kind of, that's the part that I'm like, what the heck? You know, because some people, we don't know. Some people are okay with cheating. I'm not, but there are people that are. So I don't know what their inbound relationship is, but I know this is embarrassing and humiliating for her and her children, and for him. It's weird. King War said side pieces don't know how to stay one for real. Yikes! But don't have a side piece. How about don't cheat? How about that? You know, because if you're supposed to be in a monogamous relationship, and granted, we don't know the relationship between them, but if you're supposed to be in a monogamous relationship and you cheat on someone, I feel like you are kind of like opening the door for heck to come into your experience. Yeah, Nasty Ones 98 said. Yeah, RSVP, it was. Monique said, wait, we know about them since he had the morning after pill debacle. See, I literally just found out about this coach dude like last week. Hello everyone. Welcome. Good morning. Stephanie says, hey. D, I'm just gonna call you 3211, says she's way out of his leagues. Yikes. Okay, let's keep going. Right, moderator. Thank you.
The coach of Michigan had an affair with a staffer. People are upset that she's being outed, but I don't know. She's a main player in this, so I don't know if she should be off in obscurity. You know, she is an adult, but he is married. He has 3 to 4 kids from what I've heard. Hooked up with her with an affair, got her pregnant, forced her to have an abortion.
Yikes.
Pay for it, doubled her salary at the University of Michigan as a staffer. Michigan finds out, obviously. They fire the coach. Coach gets into an argument with his wife yesterday. I can only imagine it's about this. I would only imagine as your world's ending, you're losing your job, your wife's finding out.
Why catch a charge on top of it?
That's
So
exactly.
he's gonna kill himself. So then he goes
What in the
to this
world?
girl's house. He goes and breaks in and puts a knife to his throat and says, I'm going to kill myself, but I'm taking you first.
Oh my goodness.
It was something along those lines. The guy got arrested. So I don't know what happened there, but he ended up leaving and they ended up picking him up, I think, around a church that was in the area. But that's kind of like the Cliff Notes version of what happened yesterday. The coach of Michigan.
This is totally insane. And people are here defending this shenanigan. Like, what? How? I don't understand how anyone can defend this story. Like, at least hold him accountable. If you like him as a person, that's your prerogative. If that's who you're rocking with, that's your prerogative. But I just don't understand how you can defend these particular behaviors. You know, the whole time I thought this was his wife, y'all. This is so, I don't watch sports. I'm not into the sports thing. I was a cheerleader back in the day. That's like my sports. Hi, Anna. Welcome. Okay. King War said, as a man, I understand this girl broke the rule. What? I have a family, but a side piece is needed? Excuse me. What? It was a side piece. He wouldn't be. Yikes, King J. That's a crazy thing to say. Yeah, this is insane, Monique. Not 3211. What you mean, the usual suspects? What that mean? OG Kick said something, but I can't see anymore. King said he lost his family. He doesn't care at this point. Yeah, I mean, that's real. Oh, Anna said, why did he get arrested? Girl, he got arrested because he broke into his side piece's house and tried to unalive her and himself, allegedly. Dallas Outcast, that's a cool name, said he's a goofball. King said, I don't know him, LMAO. I know from experience. Yikes. How many of you guys are cheaters in here? Put a C if you've ever cheated. Put an N if you've never cheated. Let's just see. No, and no judgment, because we don't know your personal lives. That's none of my business. I'm just shocked, like I said, that he broke into somebody's house. um, John Down said she don't even want him talking about his side chick. That was him. Oh, we got some cheaters in here. Captain said he cheated before. Child, the ghetto. Yes, please get them likes up and subscribe. I be going live randomly sometimes. This was totally not planned, but I can't go live later today. That's why I'm here. Inktown said, OMG, that guy ain't even saying what he said on the news. He just talking. Yeah, Anna, that's some crazy stuff. We got one creep. Okay. Oh, not Kush. Boys say I cheat all the time. Yikes. Ah! Scary times out here, man.
This is the tea for the morning. If
Scary times.
Down with everything that I've gathered. Stay tuned. So this motherfucker done got fired, okay? He was a head football coach, okay, for Michigan. Head football coach, right?
Ooh, Ron says not a creep. He's a weak man.
Fired for fucking one of his staff.
Oh, she cursed a little bit too much. She'll get me in trouble there.
More news about the fired Michigan coach, Sherron Moore. He is in jail. I believe he's going in
I don't
front
know
of a
if we
judge
saw
today.
this
The Michigan
one.
coach allegedly paid the young staffer money to cover up the affair, then fired her after officials started asking questions. But after she came forward, that prompted his firing, and then he stormed her apartment with a knife. The girl's 32. She was given a 55% raise last year. So the university previously invested claims of his inappropriate relationship with a staffer, but he denied it. Also, the athletic director for Michigan has been fired. What people are saying now is that they knew about this for a while and they were waiting for the end of the season to decide what to do with the information.
From what I heard from a big-time alumni, is that it had nothing to do with that. They were just trying to get all their ducks in a row before they fired him, so they could fire him with cause.
They didn't have their ducks in a row because they fired him.
She didn't get fired?
HR around. He got fired. It was a one-on-one thing, which I know you're supposed to have people present there.
Yeah.
Then after he found out that didn't he go to a team meeting or something because they were having a team meeting without him? There was a lot that was going on.
I bet they wanted to make sure that when he was fired, they had with cause, so they didn't have to pay him. They were just worried about the money situation.
They said that he had been acting. More news about the fire.
Man, you know what? Also, when he doubled this girl's salary, that should have been a red flag. That should have been like, okay, what's going on over here? How do you go from making like $59K to $90,000? You know what I'm saying? Like, that should have been a red flag. And like, the thing is, I'm not saying that the university knew, but what I am saying is that a lot of times large universities and large companies, they will like hide stuff. Because this one time when I was in school, and I'm gonna say alleged, even though I know for a fact this happened because I was there. There was this girl who went missing. She was kind of like a low-key influencer in like the HBCU world. And she went missing. And you know what? She showed up randomly one day at my school with just a jersey on, no shoes and no pants. And she was walking around disoriented. And it turned out that she allegedly came to meet one of the basketball players, and something happened and she was found roaming around the campus with a jersey on and no shoes. And you know what? The school covered it up and the story went away. So I'm not saying that happens everywhere, but I know but I saw it when I was at school that happened. So I think perhaps the school might have known, because how did she get $40,000? Exactly. John Lee said she got $40K raise in her job position. That doesn't even make any sense. Okay, John Dow said, oh, she did get fired. That's why she turned on him. See, this is why I was trying to find the court documents, but it's nowhere to be found right now. Yeah, double salary is crazy. It's crazy. Monique said it was an open secret. Interesting, right? Oh, wait, Inktown said not fired yet because she's a victim. She's next to be fired. Let's play it out. Right. They're both in the wrong, right? Kush, what? That's why you get oh gosh. I'm not reading Kush's comment out loud. Inappropriate. Flag on the play, Kush. Flag on the play.
Just threw away $30 million.
Right. Cause you're gonna end up in timeout if you comment something else crazy. I know you're just trying to be funny, but it's kind of weird. You're gonna end up in timeout for at least 5 minutes.
Like, why am I not God's favorite? Because
Okay,
men
bye.
down in 3 yet again. This Michigan coach really just threw away $30 million.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
why am I not God's favorite? Because
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the video started over. I thought I was tripping. Tisha said, a victim of what? Taking his money. I have to read. That's what I'm saying. Like, I need the court documents. I need the actual stuff. Like, what actually happened? Because there's so much of this that we're not seeing. And then we all have our preconceived biases based on, what the people look like, whether you're one way or the other, how it's a man versus a woman, how it's, black and white. Like, there's all these other things that we all have in play from our own perspectives on the situation. So I need to see the court documents. I need to see that, because the only thing I could find was when he got arrested, but it didn't have anything informative on it.
Leave white women alone and marry a black woman is not the lesson to be learned from this whole Michigan coach thing. I think his name is like Sherron Moore. This is not the lesson. The lesson here is predatory men need to leave women alone. More importantly, men need to stop being predators of all women, regardless of race.
So here's my thing, because I agree. I think, but we don't have enough information. Like, this is just sick. The whole thing is just sick. The whole thing is sick. The whole thing is sick. You can't tell me nobody knew this was happening. You can't tell me nobody knew this was happening. Tracy, no. What do you mean? Can we talk about something else? What do you mean? Can we talk about something else? Why would you come in this live if you wanted to talk about something else? You know what I'm saying? Nobody forced you to come here. All right. Booker, it's more comments coming. I'm gonna try to get to all of them. Booker said $300K salary just tossed away. Right. They said he got millions gone. Millions and millions of dollars gone. But we don't know the situation. We were not there. So it's just, I don't know. This is sick. Then some people are saying he made $3 million. Some people are saying he made $6 million. Some people are saying he made $30 million. Like, the money, everybody's saying he made a whole bunch of different stuff. So we don't know. How much did he lose? So, okay, Tracy said we could talk about you. Right, that's what I'm saying. Why would you come in here if you didn't want to talk about this? Like, get out of here, girl.
Every single time there is a black man arrested or in some sort of trouble or scandal, the first thing that a lot of you say is, this is why they need to leave the snow bunnies alone. Leave them white girls alone. You should have found a black woman. Because now you're saying that black women deserve this criminal. Yes, I said criminal because he has been accused of allegedly trespassing, fraud,
$6 million,
attempted unaliving, stalking, and a whole lot of other charges. And you're saying that this is the kind of man you want for a black woman? Do you hear yourself when you talk, or do you just talk because it's quiet? This man, Sherron Moore, was married, yes, to a white woman, but that doesn't even matter. He was married with children. He was also head coach of a really big
Like,
school.
why does the race play a part right now? This is bigger than that.
Black coach, or among the first black coach at this school, a few, which makes him even more prominent and a bigger deal. Given all that, power and fame, he chose to have an affair with his assistant. First of all, the power imbalance.
Yep.
Even if she hypothetically, quote unquote,
Yep,
threw himself at him, the power imbalance. He was the married one. He was the employer. He should not have engaged with any sort of affair.
Ooh, not you said I need to get.
If he felt she was inappropriate, there was a way to stop that right then.
Okay, y'all not rocking with her video. Fine, we'll go to a different one. Wait, so Chris said it does play a part. Race definitely play a part. You need to get her tether A on the screen. I'm not saying it's not playing a part, but because I did say that, but that's not what I meant. I'm saying this is there's so much in this situation. We don't have all the answers. We don't have all the facts. So I think we can't form too much of an opinion. However, him breaking into her house is not a good look one way or another. Oh, we saw this one already. Okay, hold on. I got to go to the hashtag. He broke into her house, so regardless, he looks crazy. He absolutely looks insane. He looks totally crazy.
Proposed what?
And by the way, before we watch this one of the models who allegedly was part of this said that this did not happen. Okay, so this guy saying it did, but she's stating that it did not happen. So I want to make that very, very, very clear.
OnlyFans model Mia Soretti, who I talked about in a previous video.
Right, the man was married.
Told
period.
One outlet, I was also in the hotel after the championship game for after-game fun, nothing sexual, per his request in Houston, as I'm now living in Houston. Coach Moore was offering me and 2 other OnlyFans girls season tickets in exchange for a foursome hotel fun.
What?
Season tickets to multiple OnlyFans girls for a foursome. That's your God-fearing head coach right there.
Yikes.
She'd say, I declined because I'm already rich and can buy my own tickets.
What?
Soretti would claim Moore, because they didn't have the foursome, was venting to me about his wife and side chick drama. Brother. She also said Moore did DM her during the Ohio State game, but then she added during and after the Purdue game, plus Oklahoma at halftime, and the rivalry Michigan State game as well. This dude is out of control.
Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all know I be trying not to pause and interject, but this kind of reminds me of the FBI dude that was like flying his girlfriend around in like the jet. like what is going on? Men, this is for you to answer. What happens that makes a man do this? I think it was Cash Patel. He was flying his country singing girl around in on America's dollars. This dude fumbled his whole life and is now incarcerated. What happens that happens? What is going on? That's what I'm saying, Booker. Cash Patel flying his girlfriend on taxpayer money. What happens? Jermaine said he gets around, don't he? Apparently. John Dow said, buddy is sick. John said, bro was living out his fantasies. Apparently. Ann said he gets around, don't he? Apparently.
He hires someone.
Yes, from 3 to 4.
Basically on
That's
his
crazy.
Staff, getting a paycheck from the University of Michigan, allegedly in a relationship with her, is seen in public multiple times with her right by his side. That woman, the alleged woman,
sorry,
is
I'm moving
the daughter
around.
of a longtime NFL scout, and he is going and fetching to an OnlyFans model that he's DMing behind the side chick, and behind the wife, who is the mother of his 3 kids.
That's embarrassing.
And the other thing that gets me is
That's so
MLI
embarrassing.
published that his firing wasn't a surprise, nor was it that much of a secret in Ann Arbor. Andrew Kahn wrote, one staffer told me they saw the tweet announcing Moore's firing minutes before the school sent the official release that listed the reason, and they immediately assumed it was because Moore had been sleeping with a colleague. I mean, this story is nuts. And Mia Soretti, the OnlyFans model, is saying that there's going to be more, so stay tuned.
There's going to be more. This wasn't enough. You never know what's going on behind closed doors, and that's why it's important not to idolize anyone. That's why that is so important. 442-13-7 said, be careful. Right. We ain't talking about him no more. Gander put clown. Yeah. Jalen said the power. Oh, yikes. Not the power of the snow bunny got him. Jermaine Dupleix. That's hilarious. Thank you for saying that. Yep. We don't know the facts. Let's leave race out of it. Yeah, I mean, we gotta hear everything, because I just feel like obviously stuff is missing because it's still a relatively new thing. John said Jalen not wrong playing with that. Oh man, I don't know nothing about that situation. John Downed said they knew about the situation. They were going to keep him around if he coached well. Grimy University, yeah. Allegedly, I would have to. My hypothesis would be I agree with you because like I've been cheering and dancing since I was in like middle school. I even went to a performing arts middle school, and I could tell you some stories about even college. One time, I'll tell you guys this. One time, because like I said, I was really active in college. So I was like cheering. I was on like this. I was in a sorority. I was on like the Royal Court. Like I did a lot of stuff. So it was nothing for someone to take a picture of me. But this one time, I was standing, and you can feel somebody like behind you. So I turn around, and one of the admins is standing there with his phone out. And he's like taking pictures of me from behind. And so I was like, "Excuse me." He goes, "Oh, no worries. Yeah, no, these are going to be for the website." I was like, "Oh, okay." The pictures never made it to the website. They never made it to the website. So there are scoundrels in universities. I also have some other stories about my university, but I'll save those for later. Like one of the admins got in trouble for like trying to seduce the males because he was saying like allegedly if you wanted to be in my fraternity, his fraternity, not my sorority, if you wanted to be in his fraternity, the rumor through the grapevine was you had to go through him. If you get what I'm saying, that's what the rumor on the street was. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. What did Booker say to make everybody laugh? Booker said, "You women popping that box on what? Got men tripping for years. Yikes, Booker. Oh, thank you for not the cat out the box. Thank you, guys. I feel like that was like the most interesting timing for that emoji thing. Thank you for the gift, guys. That was nice of y'all. Yeah, I got some crazy stories about my time at university. All right, if you're new here, guys, subscribe. I go live randomly. You said, what university were you going to? Oh, I don't want them to sue me, child, so I'm not going to say. If you find out, you find out. But yeah, it was crazy. I got a lot of stories, actually. Okay, I'll tell one more story. First time that I had, not the first time, but the first time that I openly had like an alcohol beverage in my college, staff members gave it to me because I was in the Royal Court, and they were like, "Now that you guys are in Royal Court, you can see how we actually are." And they were like giving us jungle juice and all kinds of stuff from the administration, child. So, I mean, it was fun, but it was crazy when you think about it.
Sherron Moore has a thing for
here we go.
OnlyFans. There's a report out right now.
I love my school too, so I'm not trying to call them out.
He DM'd an OnlyFans model as published by Justin Spiro. Yahoo writes, in the alleged message, he expressed his discontent with Mia Soretti, the OnlyFans model, for publicly discussing the experiences together. Spiro would then print, "More subscribe to Moretti on OnlyFans." He wrote, "She says he purchased all of her videos, offered her season tickets to football."
Sorry. I just had to. All of the videos. I thought OnlyFans was a subscription. So you buy. Somebody in here knows. Yes, please, like John said, please hit that like button and subscribe. Somebody in here, I'm sure, watches OnlyFans. I thought OnlyFans was a subscription. How did he buy all of them? I guess maybe you can choose, like, you either do the subscription or you buy individual videos. Okay, John says it's a subscription for sure. So yeah, so wouldn't he have to buy all the videos? Unless maybe she did one at a time.
In exchange for one-on-one time, she declined. We have a clarification on that in a moment.
Oh, individual
Moore
accounts?
invited Soretti to the national championship game in Houston. Soretti attended using tickets that Coach Moore gave her and was with him as his guest at the team hotel after the game. Mia would then tweet today, as of like 20 minutes ago. For clarification, Sherron did not ask me for anything in exchange for tickets. The story was false, and I at no point posted about it anywhere in my socials. Any communication has been with my ex-assistant. I find that to be pretty interesting, that it is now the ex-assistant. The story was all a misunderstanding. Spyro would then report that Moore contacted Soretti via direct message at halftime of the Ohio State-Michigan game. My guy, if this is true, what the fuck are you doing?
Right. Allegedly.
You could not be under a harsher microscope.
Yep.
And if this is true, you're contacting OnlyFans models while you're out on bond? While I would venture, not even the whole country is watching you. Many outside of these borders are watching you for the salacious nature of this story.
Booker,
my God,
you finna get put in timeout.
And another thing that we learned was that TMZ would go on to publish that the woman involved in this inappropriate relationship with Moore still has her job with the Michigan Athletic Department. The school actually told TMZ that. And as of now, the Wall Street Journal reports he is barred from contacting the alleged victim, will have to wear a monitoring bracelet, and cannot leave the state without court permission.
Wow.
Of course, they pled not guilty.
So this is his legacy now. This is his legacy now. This is crazy. This is his legacy. Right. Ann said TMZ gets all the facts. Yeah, sometimes I wonder, like, how TMZ sometimes gets there before the police do. And so then I have my own hypothesis. I am a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, Booker said, the truth hurts. I know, I accept my timeout. Listen, you're not on timeout yet, but if you keep on, I'm going to have to put you on timeout for at least 3 minutes. We'll start out chill because you pretty cool, but you're going to have to go in timeout. OG said, Booker chill, right? Booker's on it today. In Town said, University of about to clean house, period. Money, power, disrespect. They got to. John said TMZ pays well. They must, because how TMZ gets stories before anybody else. And said, yeah, right. TMZ is on everything. I don't understand how to do it. That's why I'm like, and I'm a conspiracy theorist. So sometimes I think that part of the press and like Hollywood is the government, So I just wonder, like, I think TMZ is low key like a front, like an investigation agency or something. But it would make sense that, the gov would work with whatever they are, like the paparazzi. That would make total sense to me. But that's a hypothesis, and I'm not saying that that's true at all.
There has to be grace for the man, and there has to be space for the man.
Excuse me?
And the grace is all of us have fallen short. All of us have erred. All of us have sinned. We may not have all had famous, illustrious contracts, but we've all fallen short. The space is, he got to have some space for healing and reconciliation to occur. And to me, what that looks like, he don't owe me an apology. He don't owe you an apology. But he may owe his daughters an apology, absolutely. His wife, depending on where that relationship stands, owe them an apology. His parents, his loved ones, his in-laws, owe them an apology.
His university.
And then begin taking those necessary steps forward internally towards healing, and then externally, maybe you'll get the forgiveness. Don't expect forgiveness from Instagram, from Twitter, from anywhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I do think he's going to need the grace from individuals that are willing to lend it, and the space, and then he's going to have to take accountability to start taking those steps forward. There has to be.
I mean, that's like kind of hard, because I do feel like we have to extend grace to people in general, because you never know what is going on. Maybe he was on a substance. Like I said, I'm waiting for the court docs to come out. Like maybe he wasn't always sober when he broke it. I don't know. But at the same time, you have to hold people accountable, especially when it's one thing if you're hurting yourself, then that's a whole nother thing. But if you're hurting other people purposefully, that's where I kind of feel like, And I think, it's a real sticky situation. Oh, Monique said that school is notorious for high-profile scandals in their athletic department. It's insane because, okay, I have another story, which is also crazy. So, I mentioned that I used to cheer. And so I have asthma. So we had a school doctor area, and then we had a nursing station area. I had a full asthma attack in the school doctor, like for the regular students. They didn't even see me. They made me sit in the lobby and as I'm having a full-blown asthma attack. And by the time they finally came to get me, I was done because I had like calmed myself down. And then they're like, "Oh, you're not having an asthma attack." And I'm like, "No, Sherlock, you left me out there for like an hour and some change as I literally am struggling for breath." So after that, I only went to the athletic department because I was like, somebody has to take care of me. In the athletic department, they always took really good care of us. So I noticed the disparity where when I went to the regular school's nurse, they just let me have a full-blown asthma attack and didn't even do anything. But the athletic department team, they would go above and beyond for us. So it's just interesting. It's a sad world we live in that regard. But Booker said it's a big part of journalism investigating your sources. Yep, sure is. Sure is. John said, dude went from head coach at a big university to possibly working at Home Depot. Yeah, he might go to jail. He might go to jail. It's crazy. Booker said TMZ does well at investigating the stories. Yeah, but they also must have the hookup because how do they even know what happened?
Lust will ruin your legacy every time. Every time. We've seen it with Shannon Sharp. We've seen it with R. Kelly. We've seen it with Diddy. And now we're seeing it with Sherron Moore. And there are other countless examples.
Yeah, his players
and
too.
I just wish
Exactly.
that us
You're right,
as a community will come together to figure out how to eradicate our reaction and our management of our lust. Because as men, we're all going to be lustful. But there has to be a practice of restraint and maturity. Comes a time in life where you just can't act on everything you want to. Impulse control. No matter how beautiful, no matter how good the chemistry is, no matter how easy
That's
it
for
may
women
seem,
too.
it's crazy, bro. It's so crazy how kingdoms have been burned to the ground because we can't control our lust, because we can't have strength in the face of pleasure. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. Which is why I'm working on it. You feel me? I'm working on it because I'm freaked out. I'm freaked out, and I can be lustful myself and very, very sexual. It's like a tornado, absolutely beautiful, I guess, in a way, but it can destroy an entire city, an entire town, demolish the town. But from far away, it's gorgeous. That's a horrible analogy, but if you understand what I'm saying, all I'm saying is lust will ruin your legacy. Lust will destroy everything you've worked so hard to build. Think about Diddy. If none of this stuff...
Sorry, guys. I just had to interject. Diddy, and someone even mentioned Diddy. Samaz Jordan said, I would agree. I will argue against a lot more than lust ruin Diddy's legacy. No, we all agree with you on that, at least on here. But Diddy is now like the butt of all evil jokes. Like anytime you talk about something bad, everybody goes back to Diddy. Like Diddy is now the face of evil for a lot of people. He's literally the face of evil.
About Cassie were
we know what you
true
meant,
and all the
Samaj.
other
Just go.
victims, and if none of that were true, imagine where he would be today. Shannon Sharp, R. Kelly. Imagine if he
I forgot about
never
Shannon,
succumbed
child.
to his lust, where he would be today. Bill Cosby, where would he be today? We have to control our lust. We have to control our urges. We have to nip it in the bud, and we have to practice restraint, gentlemen. We have to, or else everything we work so hard to build will be destroyed.
Yeah, you're right,
and
Goat.
taken
He didn't.
away
He didn't.
in the blink of an eye, just because we wanted to what? Come. You come. Let's say you come a few times.
Oh, whoa,
Paige.
whoa. I misunderstood what he was saying. Had to cut that video off. Yeah, so Young Goat said Shannon Sharp didn't fall from grace. He just lost his job from ESPN. Yeah, he definitely didn't fall from grace. He definitely didn't fall from grace. I think that, that's part of like also why it's important to have your own stuff. Shannon had his own YouTube show, so he was fine. But like if Shannon was only on ESPN, he would have been in trouble. He would have been in big, big trouble. So Lust, Renee said, hold on. Renee said, yep, lust will ruin your legacy. Booker said lust is one of the 7 deadly sins. It sure is. Ink said they would have been together a long time. This ain't new. Right. It's just been put out in the world. Locally, people knew. I'm sure they did know. I'm sure people knew, because he had to have been a town hero. That's especially if that school is so big. Oh, what did Ann say? I missed it. OG Kicks is laughing at her. What she said? You said Diddy's the butt of all jokes. Well, I say, well, oh my God. And that is hilarious. If I could pin a comment permanently, I would use that one.
So let me get this straight. Sherron Moore didn't just cheat on his wife, but he had a full-fledged affair. It wasn't a one-time thing. It was a repeated course of action. He had an affair. The person he was having an affair with was also married and had a family. She was not only a colleague of his, but someone that reported to him.
Coldplay all over again.
Dynamic, which is, I don't know, strictly prohibited at almost any job you could have. And then he doubled his mistress's salary at their public university or institution as if no one would notice that this woman went from making $50,000 a year to 90-something thousand.
Right.
Then,
right.
When they think that the mistress is pregnant, they DoorDash a Plan B pill, not to their home, but to their office, to their place of work. They send a Plan B pill to their place of employment.
Oh my gosh.
And then when shit hits the fan and the cookie crumbles and they get caught, he's fired and loses $13 million. Fired. This is a $13 million affair. And then when he knows he has to break the news to his wife, they get into an argument where he then threatens to himself. That's a hell of a way to end a year.
Yep.
This is crazy.
I gotta like hers because she broke it down like in a way, because honestly, everybody else, I was hearing what they were saying, but it was so much that I couldn't fully understand the story. But hers, Jordan, that was crazy. Like Monique said, crazy work. Young Goat said that's why there's certain countries where certain films are banned from the internet so it doesn't corrupt the youth of youth minds. Fair enough. Monique said the $7 million bonus. That's insane. At least, and that's the thing, at least hide it. At least try to hide it. If you want to give your side chick money, get her money out of your account, not out of the school, because everybody can see that she got a $40,000 increase. You can see that. If you want to give your side piece, if you're making $6 million a year, you can give her $40 million. You can give her $40,000. That's not even one check. If you're making $6 million a year, you can afford to pay your side piece a $40,000 bonus. That's greed. That's greed. It's lust. It's stupidity. It's like, what in the world? You can afford to give your side piece money on the side. You don't have to like make the school give her $40,000 more dollars. And then it's like, who sanctioned it? What did anybody say? Yo, coach, why are you trying to basically double her salary? Like, what? I'm laughing because this is so insane. Like, you cannot make this up. This is insane. Hi, Shonda. Welcome, girl. Young Goat, Dr. Umar is probably somewhere laughing. I think I have a clip of Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar actually did make a video about this. So if I can find it, it's somewhere on TikTok. I saw it. We can try to find that one. Anne said, men remember side pieces and fantasies aren't worth losing high-paying jobs. Exactly. And at least hide it. OG Kick said, I'm not fumbling my bag for nobody. Like, at least at least don't give her the school's money. Like, you're making $6 million. You can afford to break your side piece off an allowance. Shauna said crazy. He knew better. He sure did. He's too old to be doing this stuff.
Sherron Moore did this, just like the other coaches, to alleviate stress. He did this as a stress reliever. He did this for the high of it. And what I want you to realize is for some guys, it's marijuana. For some guys, it's gambling. For some guys, it's just porn. For some guys, porn and masturbation. For some guys, it's gambling. For some guys, for me, it's an old fashioned. That's my outlet. I have Miller old fashioned.
Yes, go vices.
Clean. That's my drug of choice. That old fashioned. Whatever is in it. I don't even like alcohol. But it's just like, hey, it's a little old fashioned. So I don't want to come before you as, oh, I'm perfect. I ain't got no outlet. But you know what I don't do? I don't watch porn and I don't masturbate.
Okay.
And the reason why is because I know it's a rabbit hole. I know it's endless. Like I know that. So I don't.
Oh, I guess they cut it off. So the men that we've seen here so far are all saying it's a lust thing. So perhaps, because, men would know more about a male's mind than we would know because we're not men. So it seems like the men are saying, at least from the videos, and you guys let me know in the comments if you agree, is this a lust thing? Like, is he addicted to, fornication? Is that what it is? Or are these guys making excuses? Because as women, I'm feeling like they're just making excuses, and it probably could be lust, but it's also an accountability thing and a lack of self-control. But as men, I feel like you guys would have a better understanding of how the male, stuff works. Samaj said that's why he has a wife to help him relieve stress. Yeah. Exactly. Well, you would think, but we don't know what happens behind closed doors in people's relationships.
Historically, having an affair never really tends to work out for any of the parties involved, and that is very evident with the Sherron Moore situation.
Oh, wait, she got music playing. Let me see if I can find the Dr. Umar thing since somebody asked for that specifically. I saw that. And by the way, if you've never seen Dr. Umar, just prepare. I saw he made a video about, it's right here.
Very bad mistake, cheating on a snow bunny while married to another snow bunny. He got double bunny. He's the first person I know who got double bunny. You know what I mean?
What's double bunny?
Two of them. They got a snow bunny at home, cheating on her with another snow bunny. But I wish the brother the best. And guess what? He got fired. She still got her job.
No.
Snow bunny. Jonathan Majors. Shannon Sharp, the head coach of the University of Michigan Wolverines, Tiger Woods. We could be here all night on the list of black men who've been snow bunny in the 21st century. Don't get snow bunny. We respect everybody. Young white women in the chat, I got nothing but respect for you. But black men have to learn to stick to black women. Otherwise, we're going to keep on getting our pockets snatched out.
Yeah, right.
And guess how much he was making?
How much?
$6 million a year.
$6 million.
You know how much that's a $500,000 paycheck a month. Very bad mistake.
So everybody was wondering what Dr. Umar said. Don't say I never gave y'all nothing, okay? I went out and found this. It took all of 30 seconds. Don't say I never gave y'all nothing. All right, we'll do a few more, and then, we all got things to do today. All right, let's see. Ink said his... Oh, wait, I missed one. Ann said it's the he gets from cheating, not the... Ooh, it's the high he gets from cheating and not getting caught. You're probably right. Ink said his mistress' father is the executive scout to the Chicago Bear. So y'all know he not down with this affair. Oh, definitely not. Yeah, the double bunny thing was crazy. But this, like I said, this is not about we're not going to turn this into a race thing. But since y'all was wondering what Dr. Umar said, we played it. I want to see what another man has to say about this because like I said, we can get our like women perspective all day, but we got to hear from the men. Oh,
let me get this straight, because it's been a lot of, when things like this happen, there's always a lot of this. What I've gathered so far, Jerome Moore has been cheating since he was an assistant coach. And then you know how you get accidentally important at your job, and that's where he got to the head coach position. While he was cheating, he raised her salary, yada, yada, yada. Then it gets to a point where rumors is that she's about to be fired. So now she decides to break up with him, and then she ends up telling about the relationship. Bro, what is going on? For one, I think a lot of these head coaches be doing the same thing.
I think so too.
Put that out there.
A lot of men and women, okay? Because I heard through the grapevine that women are predators. I know a lot of like I've told you guys some stories already. I've been the desired choice, I guess, for like so many male bosses. Has been crazy. But I've heard through the grapevine that women bosses do this too. It's not just male employers. There are women bosses who are predators and who will like try to rub up on the young males in the office and, try to like seduce people. Like, this is crazy. There are women who do this type of stuff. It's crazy. Shonda said facts. Ann said, yes, they are. Big sense. Yeah. Grasshopper said, BS, you aren't desired. Grasshopper, you know what we do to people like you? Goodbye. One and done, baby. We ain't got time for your nonsense around here, partner. Not around here. But women have the propensity to be predators just like everyone. Nas said cougars love some cubs. Yeah, I know a lot of men actually whose baby mamas are like significantly older than them, even to the point like this one guy, his baby mama, he was a minor and she was an adult. So there are some sick women out here. Exactly. Goodbye. And we don't have time for that debauchery around here. DC, shout out to DC. Said Urban Meyer was effing around also, but you have to have discipline. You definitely have to have discipline. I don't know who Urban Meyer is though. Do we want to keep, because I feel like we've definitely, let's see this one.
This video is for all the young Black men who are in sports. You guys have a right to date whoever you want, but at the same time, you need to realize the history of what goes on. Go ahead and follow this page. I'm about to break something down.
Yes,
I don't want to kick
absolutely
Sherron
right.
Moore when he's down. I don't even, as many of my Black women have said, it ain't none of our business. But because we are the mothers of Black sons, and because we have a right to try to guide you and instill some sense in you, this is a case where so much promise going on and just slams into the wall. So I just want to share a little bit more with you today. And I want to send blessings out to him because I do believe and hope that he will find his way.
I forgot about that.
The woman in question that he was having this inappropriate relationship with, she broke up with him on Monday and then she snitched. She went right ahead and she told the University of Michigan.
Okay, sorry to interject here. But he also had the capacity to break in someone's house. So we don't have all the facts. Why did she snitch? Was she scared? Perhaps. I don't know, because I wasn't there. But thank you so much for the gift. If he had the capacity to break into someone's house, allegedly hold them at point, I could see being afraid of him and then going to tell. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm reaching, but if you could do that. Okay, and then Young Ghost said there's a lot of scuity in school system. Yep, my middle school principal was fired for having an affair with one of the teachers. Yikes. And said, yes, so true. Many of the women teaching go after the young males. There was a rumor in my high school that one of the social studies teachers, and she was a black lady, one of the social studies teachers was screwing around with the basketball team. I don't know if that's true, but that was the rumor. That was definitely the rumor. Oh, what just happened?
Now, in the black community, y'all sure got a comment every time somebody telling somebody, oh, they snitching, they snitching, they snitching. Well, guess what? The girlfriend snitched. Snitching is what led to his firing, okay? Again, we wish the best for him. We hope he figures this out, right? But what I'm trying to say to you guys is this.
Who is we?
You think somebody got your back, they don't have your back. Because whatever happened, and we don't really know what happened, but breaking up with somebody and making them lose their job, those are two different offenses. Okay, let's be clear.
That's true, though.
Moore was arraigned on charges of felony home invasion, misdemeanor stalking, and entering without permission. Also, the prosecutors are alleging that Moore went to the victim's home and threatened self-harm. And to that I say, guys, you have to look out for yourselves. Anybody could have done this to you, but when you have something to lose, you best believe there will be someone that's thrown in your life, you come across, and they will help you lose it. That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all, that's one to grow on. Follow and comment. Let me know what you think.
I'm kind of like half and half with her on this. Thank you for the hearts and the hundreds. I'm kind of half and half because on one hand, yeah, that can happen, unfortunately. Like when you're up and you're moving up, like people are gonna come after you for some, it's unfortunate, but that's how people are. On the other hand, though, I feel like she's kind of excusing his behavior and saying like I didn't really hear her granted, this is just one video, so she might have addressed it somewhere else. But in this particular clip, I feel like she didn't hold this guy accountable at all. She was more so like, hey, look, your side piece snitched on him. Okay. So next time you have a side piece, pick wiser. That's kind of what she kind of gave. And she didn't consider like if he could break into her house, maybe she was afraid like what he could do if they broke up. Like there are some crazy guys out here. Like if you break up with them, they will try to hurt you. So that's why. But like I agree with what she said. We have to wait until the docs come out because we don't know what happened. But there's a lot of holes in the situation. And being honest, like being myself, if I broke up with someone and I was afraid that they were going to try to hurt me, I would probably tell too, because what else are you supposed to do? Are you just supposed to get hurt? So I don't know. And sometimes people don't want to hear that you're broken up with them. People don't want to hear that it's over. And then they get mad at you and try to get you. So there's multiple possibilities. DC Chi-Town said he's cooked and his family is embarrassed. Yes, all because of his behavior. Exactly. OG Kicks said, shout out to all the faithful men and women. Yes. Yes, OG Kicks. Period. Booker said, hope he has a profile to help his family. Yes, with them bills that are due. Exactly. Hopefully they were saving because $6 million a year is a lot to lose, DC Chi-Town, that's totally on him to have some accountability here. Exactly. Like he participated. It takes two to tango. And he was the one that was married. Or well, they were both married, which is crazy. This is like, was it the Coldplay concert? This is that all over again. Ann said he went from having millions of dollars to now ordering Roman soup on the commissary sheet in jail. Yeah, that's such a fall from grace. And so that's why once the facts come out, we'll read the court documents. But there's a lot I feel that's missing from this. And who knows if we'll ever find out.
As soon as a man come out his mouth and tell you that he only like blondes, you need to immediately red flag that man. Please.
I don't know if I agree with that one.
Sherron Moore set the black community back even more today.
I just want to hear from men, really.
in leadership positions to show people that it's possible, show people of color that you can do things. To see these things that he did today is absolutely unbelievable.
Fearless,
To know how hard
why
it
are you
is to
here if
become
you
the head
don't want to
coach of
hear it?
Michigan as a white
That's the
person,
bigger
let alone
question.
as a black person, to get the keys to a place like that, an institution like that, to be a leader of men, to be a role model for other people who want to be like you. This is how you act. This is how you throw it all away. For what? Are you kidding me? And it just shows you
Right,
how
Booker.
hard it is for us to do this over and over again. We will not be given the same amount of opportunities. We never will. And it's because of reasons like this. Yeah, there are things that happen to other people, but when you are given the keys to one of the biggest football programs in the country, and this is how you act
That's
about
true.
it's just setting us back even further. And you know what? I don't know how hard it's going to be. I don't know. I can't believe you threw it away for this, but you did. Now you got to live with it. Sherron.
And this is a black man stating his personal opinion on it, and we gotta respect him for that. Fearless said, why do you care? Why did you click the video? Like, that's what I don't be understanding. Like, if y'all don't want to watch, why did you click the video? You used your free will to to come here and watch something you don't like. That's odd. Anyway, Booker said, yeah, I don't see myself losing millions exactly over some nana. Fence said, I don't think he's a part of that community. He looks straight to me. Blaze said yeah.
We lost another one. Cheating on your wife with a damn white woman. We did it again. I don't know how many times we have to keep seeing this shit play out. Now I just saw a report that he got locked up. I wonder what.
Oh, well, then just keep scrolling. Nicholas, it still remains. If you don't want to be here, you can use your free will to leave, regardless.
Breaking up a marriage, a home. She's half of this scandal. She knew the rules too. She broke the rules also, not just him. I imagine she's going to be terminated too, right? Don't they have to? I don't know when somebody is, when you're subordinate or whatever. Like, I don't know how that plays out. Like, couldn't you just say that she was, in fear for her job or career? But if the rule is that there's no inter-office philandering, regardless of the position, then she broke that rule also, didn't she? I guess so. Yeah. So, I mean, if we're going to be fair about this, she is half of the problem in this equation.
It should be alarming to us as a society that a lot of people don't understand power dynamics and how when we talk about the workspace, the concept of consent is automatically compromised once the person that holds your check, once the person that can fire you, asks you for something. Before you get that knee-jerk reaction, yes, facts over feelings, research confirms that managers should not sleep with subordinates. I'm just trying to help you connect the dots right here. A key problem is that people in positions of power have a hard time recognizing the coercive nature of that power in the unbalanced relationship, which is probably why that man ran to this woman's house and threatened her and said, "You ruined my life," after he gave her a $30,000 raise. As somebody that used to work in HR and has a master's degree in HR, outside of the generational conflicts, romance in the workplace was one of the top 2 things that led to incivility. Let's put some more context in it. Yet people in positions of power tend to be oblivious to the influence they would over others because they are less likely to take the other party's perspective. This might be difficult for people to recognize when other people feel compelled to go along with their requests. Nobody's asking what transpired before.
Yes.
She went and told the administration.
Thank you.
What triggered
Thank
her.
you.
The other dude
Thank you.
he is correct though. She
Thank
can say
you.
that she feared for her job, and that's the reason why she went along with it. Gotta be real. As somebody that worked in HR, I tell you, them folks really don't give a damn about you. They only care about making sure the institution gets no lawsuits. And what I tell you, that is a lawsuit waiting to happen. If this individual came to you and complained about the boss, you know what I'm saying, harassing them, and then you fired them, oh yeah, lawsuit. As the boss, he was supposed to uphold the policy that he broke, and that's the reason why she's able to keep her job. There are 4 reasons why they teach us in grad school why the worker-boss relationship should never be a thing. 1 being conflict of interest and favoritism, and 2 being toxic fallouts. Education is elevation, and maybe my next video will be the difference between coercion and consent, because obviously a lot of us don't know.
We're gonna give this brother right here consciously a like and a follow, because I'm rocking with what he's putting down. Okay, so let me see. Oh, so Booker said he's not going to put people out here. Thank you, because you don't want to get in timeout. You respect this channel. Thank you so much, Booker. Yeah, we can't. we got to keep it. We got to keep it PG, even though sometimes the content gets crazy. And said, but honestly, this is what I'm saying. Okay, why are we looking at college football coaches and celebrities as role models? To be a real man, an honest man within his life, those men should be looked up to. Yes, as a society, we need to do a better job of who we're looking up to, because celebrities and these coaches, we need to be finding businessmen. But you know what? Nobody wants to. That's not popular. It's not cool. But at least in the day-to-day communities, like all you men out here and women, we have the ability to inspire the next generation to be better, period. Because somebody's looking up to every single one of us. And so what do they see when they look at us at the end of the day is the biggest thing. Okay, Finn said, I'm a 60-year-old veteran. Oh, thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for your service, sir. The man just messed up big time and only made it worse for himself. Yes, learn from this, young people. Thank you, Fence. Thank you, Fence. Ann said, smart man. Yeah, this guy was on it. This guy was on it. John said 246 people. Oh, well, that was, it went down and only 29 likes. Yeah, please hit the like button and subscribe. We go live every once in a while. Wait, so Booker said, so the question needs to be asked is, did her salary go up to the 49K or is she still being paid? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the next question is, did they readjust her salary or does she keep that bump? They probably kept the bump because then she could, if they moved her salary down, she could say that they're retaliating against her and then they could sue her for that. I mean, she could sue because she could say that this is retaliation because it got. So I think they're probably going to leave her alone. And in our current climate, it is what it is. But like women, because we are like weaker physically, you're always kind of seen as the victim in the situation. So I don't know the situation. We don't know. But like the woman, even if she is the aggressor, can spin it and somehow still be seen as the victim if she's in the right audience.
This is just my hot take.
Yeah, very big lawsuit.
But if Michigan was undefeated, or if Michigan was just even competing in CFP, none of this would have come out. And that's the crazy thing.
You know what? Because people do, when you're up and you're winning and stuff, people do try. It's just crazy, man. This whole thing, the whole system is screwed up. Oh, John said they can't mess with her salary. But why not? Well, yeah, I think they can't because she would sue them. Dingy said, yes, she should be fired as well. She knew the rules. But the power imbalance, like that HR dude said. John said they'll find a way to kick her in time. Yeah, they probably will. Booker said that she needs to be fired because she's part of the problem for a university as well. I mean, that's if the university even really cares. Sometimes stuff, I'm not saying, I don't know, but sometimes stuff only gets out because they're trying to get rid of somebody. And any other way of getting rid of them would cause like backlash on them. So they like, okay, let's put this story out so we can fire this person. And then no one will blame us for firing them because they're like, look, you're messed up anyway. John said he has a good point. Yeah, because people, look, we're going back to the butt of all evilness, butt of all evil jokes right now. Diddy. People said that they did, that lady, Joy, said that people didn't come to her defense with Diddy because they wanted to go to his parties. They didn't want to be shunned from the inside. So you never know. Next Level said, yeah, they can. I went through a situation in Florida, not paid my funds by LLC, not worth it unless you have money just laying around to defend. Oh, I didn't know that.
University of Michigan.
Oh, we saw hers already. Oh, we saw this one. Okay, this is Shannon, guys, apparently.
I can imagine.
We're going to do his quick, though, because
7 months ago, I went through something very similar. So I know what that storm is like. Yes, and unless you've been in it, that's why when people say, this is what I would do, you don't know what you would do until you in it. Until you're in that pressure cooker, until you're in the eye of the storm. Until you in. Okay.
But he's right, though. Like, she laughing, and I'm sure she has a good reason for laughing. Oh, next episode, yeah, Florida different. That's crazy. But he's right. We don't know what that's like. Most of us will never fully understand what it's like to be like him or to be a Shannon Sharp or to have all that money, all that power, and people just yes men around you. That's a dangerous thing too. Yes men. You got to have people around you that won't just fill your head up with, "Oh, you're right," just because you have money, or they're around you just because you pay for things, because those people are dangerous regardless of where they are. If people are around you just because you have money, just because you have power, just because you have clout, they always end up getting you in the back end. Ann said no one wants to be the first whistleblower. Yep, they fear the consequences. That is absolutely true. I have so many personal stories about that because I was a whistleblower.
Please, at this point, y'all might as well go start a support group. You're not about to gaslight us into feeling sorry for a grown man that didn't care about his wife and kids in the first place. He's lucky that this is all that came out of the situation. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. And Shannon, honestly,
I have to go soon, guys, so
I
just
feel
prepare.
like with your past, you could have passed this conversation up. Ocho Cinco could have done the talking. You're talking about so unless you've dealt with it, like this is something everybody's supposed to go through. Please, this is not a storm. Okay, yeah, it's a storm. It's a storm that he created for himself, just like the way you created your storm for yourself. And for those who are lost, Shannon Sharp was the one who lost his job earlier this year because somebody came out and accused him of rape, some SA allegations, and she was demanding $50 million. $20 million, and the case cannot be tried again. At the end of the day, you guys are old men. Y'all are grown. You guys know right from wrong. At least Shannon Sharp, he wasn't married. He was just careless. But this man was married and careless. So no, nobody is going to feel sorry for him. He's a grown man. Because when you continue to think with your penis and not your head, those are the results. These are the type of results that tend to happen. So it could have been happening for a long time. But one day, your time is going to come.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very hefty price you have to pay. Again, this man was careless and he was reckless.
Yeah.
So he should face his actions. For some reason, it's like grown men are allergic to holding other grown men accountable for their actions. And that's why y'all dummies keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again.
Oh, wow. Ed brought up a really good point. Most people aren't talking about this, but how do we know this man isn't brain damaged? CTE can affect rational decision-making and long-term planning abilities. You know what? Because I totally forgot about that. I actually did a paper on that. You might be right. Because a lot of men who have CTE become, violent and stuff. So it's sick. It's sick. It's sad. It's demented. And this type of stuff, there's a deeper system that's going on here. It's a deeper system. Johnson said, when have grown women ever been held? Wait, when have grown women ever kept other women accountable? You clearly are new here because we definitely hold women accountable on this channel. Just rewind a little bit. Let them know, people. We definitely hold women accountable here. Anne said, well, I stumbled on this channel and love it. Thank you, new subscriber here. Thank you for some great conversation. Thank you, girl. I'm about to be off here. We'll do one more video and then that'll be it for today because I got work in the morning. Oh, wait, let's go here. Oh, hold on. Let me just find a quick video.
Making $6 million a year. That's like $500,000 a month.
That's crazy.
You know what Cat Williams said? They always gotta have a funny face one. And he have 2 daughters, and he got fired.
Yeah,
for
the world
having
is a
an affair
cruel
with another funny
place.
face-looking one. I don't get him.
It's wild.
It don't make sense. He's not even an ugly man, but you could tell something is wrong with him. So he got fired from his $6 million job, $500,000 a month. He went home to argue with his. And then he left with a knife and went to his side piece house and threatened. So he went from the top to the bottom. Now the plan
If he even did that, because you know how they set them up. They try to get that money back. So now she going to take the money with the daughters, and she probably going to get the rest, and he going to go to jail and come out broke. They never learn. It's the same. Oh, look at... They never... But this is sad and bad, and I don't know, top to the bottom, quick fat. Imagine being on...
Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, Next Level said, the world is a cruel place. Dude ran his company like Diddy. Exactly. And there's so many high-profile people, men and women, who are Diddy-fied. Point blank, period. There's so many men and women. You heard that, Swanson? Because we hold women accountable. Men can be victims.